everyone, welcome to a Stamping to Share video. My name is Kay Kalthoff and today I'm going to share with you how to create this very darling little gift bag that you can see here on page 8 of the 2016 Occasions catalog from Stampin' Up. I did mine just a little bit differently. I put my own twist on it, and one of the things that I did differently is rather than punch the holes in the top that you can do with the gift bag punch board, is I really like a collar on the top of my gift bags. And why I like a collar so much is because then I can just close it with a clothespin, and so it's easy to open, easy to get the gift out. And also because it shows off our designer series paper, because all of our designer series paper has two sides and they're both so beautiful. So I love that contrast. Here's another little gift bag that I made. It's so quick and easy. So even if you don't choose to decorate with stamping, it's just really fast to put these together just with some paper, and then just take a clip, and you can purchase clothespins from Stampin' Up, and then I just glue dot a little bow to it, and then you just pinch it shut at the top, and you just have this perfect little gift that's so quick and fast. So first of all, let me show you how I did the tag, and then we'll work on the gift bag, because I know some of you know how to do the gift bag, so you're probably not interested in seeing that part of the video, so we'll work with the tag first. So the two stamp sets that I use to create this are Birthday Blooms, and as I mentioned, it's one of my favorites. I'll be doing a lot of videos with this. And then the other stamp set that I really like, it was on my very first order, is called Timeless Textures. And it is such a neat set. I mean, great with coffee or tea sets, and then also anytime you just want to add a little sprinkle of something in the background, this has some really nice options for you. So what I did is I took the Timeless Textures and I just stamped a few times with a tip-top taupe, and it really doesn't matter which ones you use. For the first bag, let me show you the tag again. I made the ice cream cone with just this little kind of crosshatch one, but then for the one that I'm going to do for you today, I decided to add the little dots over the top of the crosshatch. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the tree punch from Stampin' Up, and we'll just flip it over so we can see what we're doing. And we're just going to punch out a tree, because that is what we're going to perch our ice cream cone on. And so this is going to turn into the ice cream cone. So what I do next is I go ahead and I'm going to use something really neat and new from the Occasions catalog called the Honeycomb Embellishments. When you open up your package, it looks like this, and what's really neat about it is these open up and they look so cute on your cards. Now this is of course really perfect with 3D, because you don't intend to mail these, you plan to give that to someone in person. So I will be using a lot of these on tags for gift closures. So what I'm going to do with one of these little honeycomb embellishments is I'm just going to put my silicone sheet down. I'm going to use my fast fuse, and I'm just going to add a little fast fuse to the back of this embellishment. And I can do the same for both sides. Then get it up off this silicone sheet. It's not supposed to stick, and it doesn't. And I'm going to center this honeycomb embellishment so that it's centered into the tree punch. And I'm going to open one side and then the other. Then I'll give it a good little press, and now we have it pretty much centered on our little tree. Then we can take our paper snips and just trim away this excess, and it will look just like an ice cream cone. So I'm just putting my scissors a little bit under the honeycomb embellishment. Now you see we have a cute little ice cream cone. And so this is what the back looks like. And it's really easy. Now the rest of the tag is going to come together very quickly. We have some Whisper White paper. This is cut at 2 by 4 3/4. And then we're going to use our scallop tag topper punch. We'll just insert that all the way into the punch, give it a nice little press, and we have the top of our tag done. And then using some of this Birthday Bouquet designer series paper, I've cut a 5/8 inch by 2 inch piece of it's the back of the balloon, and it's got these cute little sprinkles on that look like confetti. So I'm just going to put some snail down and just add this to the base of that tag. So our tag is almost complete. We're going to do a little bit of stamping. I have some tip top taupe right here, and we're going to open this up and we'll stamp the For You at the top of the tag in tip top taupe. And then we will stamp in mint macaron. We will stamp the Dear Friend just below the tip top taupe, like so. And then all we have to do is add our sweet ice cream cone. We'll do that with some multi-purpose liquid glue. And we'll set this right here underneath our Dear Friend. Isn't that cute? I just love it. And so we'll set this tag aside and you'll see it again when it's time to close up our bag. So now let's go ahead and make the bag. And here it is. And I've decided to make this bag just a little bit bigger. This particular bag that I did first is a medium-sized bag that you make with the gift bag punch board. That would be 11 inches long. So I'm going to make this paper 12 inches long, and we will be using the large part here. So it'll be just a little bit wider, and I think it'll have just a little bit more room to show off that tag. So here we go. Let's start with our paper. This is, of course, the ice cream cone paper from Birthday Bouquet, and it's 9 inches by 12 inches. And then I've gone ahead and scored it 1 inch from the top. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold this score because I want to remember that it's there. That will help remind me if I would set this down again that I do not want to be punching on this score line. Otherwise, our ice cream cones will end up upside down. And so what you want to be sure to do is make sure that you have this collar to the bottom of your punch board. And then you're going to start with your gift bag punch board, and you're just going to insert this paper so that the bottom part goes all the way to the bottom of the punch board. I'm sure you can, hopefully you can see this. And I'm just going to line up this edge with this first line and give it a punch. And then I'm going to take, well, I should take that out right away. We have this handy dandy score tool, and it's actually stored right inside the gift bag punch board so you don't lose it. So again, we're going to bring this in where we started. You give it a little punch, which I've already done, and then you make your horizontal score line, and you are going to score on the L for large because we have the 12-inch paper size. And one reason I like using the 9-inch size, the 9-inch tall paper with the 1-inch fold over to make this gift bag 8 inches tall is because you'll notice you run out of room when you score. So even with this size bag, I'm running out of room just a little bit, but that's okay because I'm going to be folding that. And if it goes much taller than that, it's a little bit harder to fold. So then we're going to bring this score line, which is right here, all the way to the left side where this little poke out is, and make sure that that's lined up. And then we do another punch, and we're going to make our side gusset. So that's where we do the triangles. We do our score line through the center of the triangle, and then we do our side score line. So that's going to be a side of the bag. Then we bring our last score line over here. Oops, and we have to do the horizontal line too. Then we're going to take this side score line and bring it all the way over to where that little poke out is. And we're going to do our punch again. And we are going to do our horizontal score line, and then we're going to do the large bag score line right here, all the way down. And then of course we take this last score line, bring it all the way to where we have our little poke out. We're going to do a punch, and we're going to do our last side. So we're going to score on the side, we're going to do our horizontal score line, and then we're going to do our side gussets and our side score line. And then we are going to take this last side piece, bring it over here to the poke out, and just do one last little punch to finish it out. So let's get this out of the way and we'll start folding. So now the next thing I do is I just go ahead and I fold all my score lines. And you can see the score, well, maybe you can't see, but the score line kind of ends just short. But if I fold the bulk of the score line, then I know how far, then it's pretty easy actually to fold the rest of the score line. Just like so. And then this is the part that we're going to put together. That's where we'll put the adhesive, is on this little flap right here. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just fold our sides. And we'll add these little creases here where the triangle is. Okay, and once everything is folded, we can grab our paper snips, and we are going to do a little bit of snipping. We're going to snip off this edge right here. We don't need that. And then we are going to snip off this edge right here. And now we will put our silicone mat down. And I will add some adhesive along this edge where we're going to be putting the bag together. I'm also going to add a little bit of snail just to the top of this collar and fold this over. So it looks like this. So that top is all folded over, and now we just fold this line like this, and we just bring this piece over, and you can see how beautifully this folds up. And now we have our bag, and I just love it. In fact, this needs a little bit more adhesive, so I'm just going to open that up and poke that down. And now all we have left to do is go ahead and do the bottom of the bag. So how I do that is I go ahead and I'm going to put some fast fuse right here on the inside bottom of this wider flap, just on the right and the left, and then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing on this other wider flap, and I'm just putting the fast fuse on the inside of the flap, both on the right and the left. Then we can go ahead and we can fold in our sides, and then we'll fold down this flap, and then I take my hand inside the box and just make sure that that's nice and sturdy, and then I fold down the other flap, and we are good to go. So we have our cute little bag ready to go, ready to fill with treats. And then to make it darling, all we're going to do is take our tag that we created. We're going to set it right here, and then using some awesome Pool Party Glimmer ribbon, I went ahead, tied a bow, added a couple of glue dots to it, and put it on a clothespin. So all you have to do is add this to the top of your bag, and you have something so cute. Isn't that sweet? So let me show it to you again. So we have this one that I just created, and then this one that I created in advance. And you can see how the 12-inch wide paper makes a little bit wider of a bag because you're using it on the large mark on your gift bag punch board. This one was the medium mark, so that was 11 inches. And I just love how these turned out. So here you go. You can see it one more time. If you're interested in getting some Spring Occasions 2016 ribbon from me, I do have a ribbon share going on right now. And so you would get 2 yards of the 3 new ribbons in the Occasions catalog, along with 2 yards each of the new twine. And so be sure to go to my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com, and I have links there for you to place product orders along with information about my product shares. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and be sure to sign up for my customer newsletter. As long as you're over at my blog, you can get weekly updates along with sometimes I do free project sheets, or I refer you to something new that I'm doing on my blog. Have a great day. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.